welcome to another episode of DLBTV. I'm your host, DLB, sitting here with your favorite Tech Time host, Mr. Triggerman.
What's going on, people? I'm your host today, son. No, I'm not your host today. I'm this guy's co-host, I guess. Let's get into E3, though.
Make sure you guys check out our website, DLB-Network.com. We got the app. Make sure you download it on Android and iOS. Check out the podcast, the hottest gaming podcast there is. You can search us on iTunes, DLB-Network. Check us out. E3, we saw a lot of stuff. We saw Beyond for PS3.
Phenomenal.
We saw Wii U from Nintendo.
Phenomenal.
And we saw Smart Glass and a lot of other things from Microsoft. Watch Dogs was one of the surprise hits.
Phenomenal.
And we're about to get it in. So first off, we're starting off with Nintendo. So Nintendo finally showed us some stuff from the Wii U. They really didn't announce the specs or anything for the console. I actually think they're waiting for E3 for all that. I mean, excuse me, not E3, but TGS for all that. So I think that's where we'll finally see like the specs, the price.
The specs matter, but the games that they showed look like they're going to be fun to play. And that's what really matters to me. The specs do matter because I know the capability of the system. But as long as the games look fun to play, it's more. That's what I care about mostly anyway. So
yeah, Nintendo, it's not about specs. That's more the nerd side of the gamer. Like our boy Snake. Shout out to Snake. He cares about the specs and stuff like that. But from what I saw of the Wii U, the Wii Fit U, the Super Mario U, I actually think those games look good.
Look fun to play. It kind of takes me back to enjoying Mario 64. I really didn't care what the system consisted of. I didn't care about what kind of hardware specs it had. But Mario 64 is just one of those phenomenal games to play. So that's what I'm saying about the Wii U. I really don't care. Although they got that tablet integrated, but we'll cover that in a minute.
I actually we could cover that now. So they announced, and I know one of the people's main concerns is if it was going to have two tablets working simultaneously, and they said that's going to go down.
Right.
So my thing now is, I'm pretty sure the console will include one. So how much do these things cost?
Like I said before, I'm going with $299. I take that back, $399. No, you think $299? I really think it's going to be at $399. But the tablet separately costing $79.99 per tablet. So I think it's going to be $399 for the system with the your standard controller and your tablet, and then I think an additional tablet is going to be another $79.
That's a lot of money.
Could be wrong.
That's a lot of money for Nintendo. That's a lot of money because we saw what they did with the 3DS, and they lowered the price that quick because it wasn't selling. I don't see Nintendo. I think $299 is. I even think that's a little. See, I think where they're going to make up for the cost is the system itself. They're still using current gen technology in the system, so I think that's what's going to make it cheaper is because they're using current gen technology.
Nothing really bleeding edge, really.
Right, but just like last time.
Yeah,
and that's how they were able to be cheap, and it's more of an impulse buy. Like that's the thing is when something is that cheap, it's more of an impulse buy. I know I plan on picking it up, honestly.
I gotta wait and see.
I plan on, especially when they're launching with Mario. You can't go wrong with Mario.
No.
So, but they announced Miiverse, which in Miiverse they were talking about how Main Street. That's the first thing that launches on the console. You see your friends, people you've recently played with, and other people from all over the world, and you're sitting in different groups or whatever, different games. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, don't be promoting that, man.
So it was pretty cool how it was set up. They said you'll be able to send like little, I call them shout outs. You type out different messages and everybody can see. You could draw a picture on a tablet, upload that, and people could see it. So, and they were saying you'd be able to access this from the 3DS, your Wii U, obviously, PC, and smartphones. Coming from Nintendo, I thought that was huge because they're coming from a system that barely had any kind of a network to now being
on so many different devices. I agree. Didn't really expect to see that, so it's good to see that they brought that. As a shocking. You got what you thought you were going to get and more. You know what I mean? So I was actually surprised as well.
Yeah, I honestly think they couldn't have gone backwards from the Wii U or from the Wii codes. I thought that was like the dumbest thing in the world. Right. So they couldn't have been any worse than that. But what they did announce just was beyond my belief. When they said smartphones, I'm like, Nintendo?
Yeah.
Bringing something to a smartphone?
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't, to my knowledge, Nintendo doesn't even have an official app on anything. So I believe this will be their first application on any device.
I think you're right.
So they showed Miiverse,
right.
Then they talked about how you'll be able to post messages, upload pics. What else did they talk about? Oh, Pikmin 3. We'll get into their game lineup right now. Now, I'm a big Pikmin fan. The last one I believe they released was on the GameCube, if I'm not mistaken. It's basically a real-time action management game, strategy game, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking forward to that. I know we've played Batman already, but I think...
Batman.
What did I say?
You said Batman. It's all good.
I know we played Batman already. We've played Mass Effect 3 already. We've played Ninja Gaiden 3 already. But I still think you're gonna get a different experience on Nintendo's console.
Right. I mean, think about it this way. We played Rayman, right? And I played Rayman on the Vita, Sony's Vita, and I'm sure you did too. But the experience that I had with Rayman on the Vita is not the same that people have been getting on the 360 or PS3, because on the Vita there's touch capabilities, whereas on the Wii U they're bringing Rayman again, and it's going to have touch capabilities. So what I'm saying is that tablet is showing some some functionality, and it's also getting these games that we've already played, but taking them to another level that other consoles aren't going to be able to touch. So that's it's allowing people to play the same games that they love on other consoles, but to be able to have the, other different functions in there. So,
and that tablet that they have in Rayman, you actually can view a demo on GameTrailers.com. The way they use the tablet is one person has a tablet, four other people have the Wiimote or the classic Xbox controller. Wii U Pro controller. But what was hot about that though is whoever has the tablet, you're basically assisting the other four on how to get through the world. So if anybody has played Cut the Rope or a game similar to that, sometimes there'll be a rope attached from one tree to another tree. You swipe down and that becomes a rope from them to grab on and swing across to get to the other object that they need to get over to. So little things like that I think is going to be pretty cool, pretty neat. The fact that you can take what you're playing on TV and put it onto that tablet, to me, I think that's huge.
It's not all titles, though, is it?
No, not all titles do that. But I'm pretty sure the majority will. Hell, Mario does it. That's big enough for me.
The heavy swingers?
Because, I don't know how many of you guys that are watching this is married. Both of us are. Sometimes my wife, we may not be talking to one another, but the fact that we're in the same room, sitting next to each other, she likes stuff like that. So if I'm, playing the Wii U and she's like, hey, babe, you might come and sit and chilling in here with me. You ain't got to talk and watch TV, but, I just want to be I just want to be in your presence. Be like, cool. Take it off the TV. Now I got it on the tablet and I'm good to go.
You just pull out your Vita and then you don't have to worry about it.
But see, the thing is, this is the difference with the Vita and the Wii U is with Sony, if I'm playing Uncharted,
right,
I can't bring that to the Vita.
You can't. Well, they do have Uncharted for the Vita, but I don't.
They do it, yeah. So like that full, stunning, graphically beautiful game, I'm only gonna get that if I play the Blu-ray version of it. If I want to play the other version, the portable version, I can still play it, but it's not the same as what I'm getting on that Wii U. Because the Wii U, it's a mirror. There's no difference. So, but you are right about that. But then the other thing is, not everybody owns a Vita.
Right.
So just because you own a PlayStation doesn't mean you own a Vita.
If you own
a Wii U, you own that tablet.
We got that coming up, Sony.
So, to announce some of their games, Batman, Zombie U, hot. Mario U, Mass Effect 3, Tekken Tag, Ninja Gaiden 3, Wii U Fit, which actually looks pretty fun and interesting for a party game.
And Project P100.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes.
These titles, man, take me back. They take me back to when I used to have fun playing my consoles back with my Tyson Punch-Out, Contra, Super Tecmo Bowl. Those games, I used to spend hours on hours playing those titles. And when I see these titles that Nintendo's bringing, honestly, they just look fun to play. You know what I mean? Uncharted, fun to play as well. Graphically, very impressive. Watch Dogs, same way. Very graphically impressive. And I know I'm talking about another console, but these games aren't meant to be graphically impressive. They're meant to be fun, and I'm liking the way that Nintendo's bringing these fun titles, with the Wii U.
Now, one of the bonuses of the Wii U, to me, backwards compatibility, we're used to that. Sony kind of started that off, but they really don't even do it anymore.
That's good.
But the Wii U, everything's backwards compatibility all the way down to the peripherals. I think that's huge personally because those Wii U controllers, I got 4 of them and they weren't cheap. So the fact that I'll be able to use that on the next console, that's huge. I pray to God with.
Gotta save it.
I pray with the 360 and the PS3, like for all of us who've invested in Rock Band.
Do you think it's gonna happen though?
I hope so, man.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
I hope so. Because
yes or no?
No, I don't. But I've invested heavily in the Rock Band, man. And I would love for the guitars and the drums and all that good stuff to come over. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna happen.
We can hope though.
But hopefully our PlayStation controllers or our Xbox 360 controllers, like everybody always wants. Well, I wonder what the controller's going to look like. Please don't change them.
Yeah.
Just let us bring them right on over. We could keep them the same.
Although Nintendo didn't listen to that one bit because they made the dog on the new Xbox controller. Yeah, I did say Nintendo made an Xbox controller. And they made a flipping tablet controller. So they didn't hear that one bit as far as keeping the controllers. But at least they said, well, we'll make new ones, but you can still use the old. So,
right. So and then now one thing I'll defend Nintendo a little bit real quick. They owed that to Xbox.
Explain that.
Because there would be no Kinect if there was no
Nintendo. Right.
If there was no Wii, there wouldn't be a Kinect. There wouldn't be a Move. There still really isn't a Move. So I know I'm going hard on Sony, but
there's a product I heard on the market called the Move. I don't know if it's significant, but there's one out there.
Is it a dance game?
The Move? Yeah, it's a dance game. Sony, we're coming at y'all real soon. Right now it's Nintendo.
So if you guys want the specs, the specs that they've released of the Nintendo Wii U, it's e3.nintendo.com/Wii U.